So who wrote the op-ed in the New York Times titled, "I am part of the resistance"? That is the question a lot of people want answered this morning, especially President Trump.
Brandy's here with his reaction and yours. Brandy.
Well, guys, what a bombshell. President Trump lashed out after this op-ed written anonymously went live yesterday. The Times included a note about why it took the rare step of publishing an anonymous essay. It says the author is a senior official in the Trump administration whose job would be jeopardized, but this was an important perspective for its readers. And in our live poll this morning, we want your reaction. Do you believe the op-ed? You can let us know on khou.com/vote now or on our mobile app. I'm checking my phone because President Trump is up and tweeting, but so far he hasn't tweeted about this morning. He did into last night, including this last one that says, "I'm draining the swamp. The swamp is trying to fight back. Don't worry," he says. "We will win." But he did not just sound off on Twitter.
An anonymous editorial. Can you believe it? Anonymous, meaning gutless, a gutless editorial.
If you haven't read it, here are a few takeaways. The author wrote, many senior Trump administration officials, quote, are working diligently from within to frustrate parts of his agenda and worst inclinations. The root of the problem, the official continued, is the president's amorality. And the author described meetings where the president, quote, engages in repetitive rants and occasionally makes reckless decisions that have to be walked back. Of course, cue Stephen Colbert.
Mr. President, they traced the resistance. It's coming from inside the White House. Get out of there!
So really, the big question now is who wrote that op-ed? That's what I asked you last night. We had a couple different answers, some of them funny, some of them more serious. This one says John Barron, and you might remember that's the name that Donald Trump used to call in stories as an anonymous source to some news organizations back before he won the presidency. This person says, Jared, as in Kushner, is that you? Texan says, someone who really cares about our democracy. Hope he comes out one day. But there are a lot of folks who feel like William does, that this is garbage. He says it's anonymous sources, and that means it's fake. And we talked about this last hour, but just because anonymous sources are used doesn't necessarily mean a story is fake. That's kind of our last-ditch effort to tell a story that needs to be told. A lot of whistleblowers come forward, but they do so kind of with that veil of secrecy.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it probably comes down for some people to the trust in the New York Times. The Times says we know who this person is. You don't. We're not naming them, but we do. And we know they work in the White House, and we're printing it anonymously to protect their job. But some people just don't believe that.